Hey guys, how is it going? I hope you're having an awesome evening because I'm filming in the evening right now. This is one of the first videos I've ever done filming in the evening. I typically don't film when it's night out. I prefer to film during the day when I have the sunlight shining in the room on my face. I just like the lighting better, but unfortunately because of my schedule and my work, and what have you, I have to film tonight in the evening, particularly on a Saturday evening. But I'm so excited because I'll be listening to Celine Dion's newest album, Courage, which just dropped this Friday. I'm so excited. I've always been a Celine Dion fan. And as you can tell, she's Canadian, I'm Canadian, so I had to get my Canadian gear on. I'm wearing my Canada Day tank top right here. I'm wearing my 2010 Vancouver Olympics hat that I bought 9 years ago, and it's still in really good condition. So, Canadian spirit, I had to do it. So, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. I've never listened to a full Celine Dion record before. This is my very first one that I'll be listening to from beginning to end. And there are 20 tracks. I'll be listening to the deluxe edition, and there are 20 tracks. Oh my god, okay, so this is probably going to be one of the longest first listen videos I have ever done. I don't think I've done a first listen video where there have been 20 tracks. Oh my god. So, the only tracks I've heard on here so far are Flying on My Own, Courage, Imperfections, and Lie Down. I've only heard those 4 tracks. The other 16 tracks are brand new to me. Okay, so let's get into it with track number 1. Flying on My Own.
There's something shifting in the air, flying on my own. You could see what I can see, that nothing's blocking my view. Always in your love.
And that was track number 1, Flying on My Own. And I love this song. I remember hearing it for the first time and I instantly fell in love with it. High energy gets the blood pumping. But like other people were saying, myself included, I was thinking that the song sounded kind of dated. It sounds like a song you would have heard back in 2012, 2013 when it was all about, David Guetta. It was all about the dance hits and the dance tracks. You know what I'm talking about. EDM was just flooding radio. It was flooding everywhere you went. You couldn't get away from it. Even popular artists of the time who did release that sort of music, EDM, they were releasing EDM music because it was the popular thing to do. And it was all about Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, and those were some good old days. You know what, though? I really don't care. It's still a great song. And even though Celine's a little late to the game, it's a great opener, and I always enjoy listening to it. So that was track number 1, Flying on My Own. And now let's move on to track number 2, Lovers Never Die.
You said forever after, but what came after that? Was that what I expected? I expected you back. If lovers never die, then why do I need you? Believe when I see you, whenever I see you, it kills me inside. I trust too easily, I trusted you, treat me well. I face the truth of facing you, I'm asking for help. You say the pretty things you know I like, but I can read between the lines. Why you say goodbye if lovers never die? It was just a lie. Lovers never die, then why do I need you? Why do you say goodbye if lovers never die?
And that was track number 2, Lovers Never Die. And obviously going into this record, I knew what the essence of this record would be about. I knew the emotions that would be flooding through it, more so because I realized that Celine is in a very conflicted and sad state of mind. At least I feel like she's been in that sort of state of mind for the last little while, ever since her husband passed away, her husband Renee. And you could even tell in interviews she did and performances that she just wasn't there, or she was there, but something was lost. You know, it just, her eyes didn't twinkle the same, and her energy wasn't the same. And even looking at the cover art of this album, track number one, Flying on My Own, I mean, I guess she has to deal with the loss of her husband, and she now has to fly on her own. And now track number two, Lovers Never Die. If lovers never die, then why do I need you? And I could hear the emotion in her voice listening to this track. So yeah, I'm expecting to get the feels listening to this record, so we'll see what happens. And I enjoyed it. Track number two, it was a solid track. I enjoyed it. So now let's move on to track number three, Falling in Love Again.
When the sun went down on that day, I never thought love would come back to me. I had run out of hope, reached the end of the road, hit the rocks at the bottom with no farther to go. I can't believe I'm falling in love once again. I can't believe I'm falling in love, but I am. But I'm falling in love once again. When you touch me there, I feel it everywhere. I'm loving things I never thought I would like. But I'm falling in love once again.
And that was track number three, Falling in Love Again. Now she's wanting to move on. She's not able to really believe the fact that she is falling in love again, but she is. She's kind of moving on with the next chapter of her life. So I don't know if she's alluding to falling in love with a new possible partner after Renee, having that strength to move on and willing to love and to be loved again by someone else. She says, I can't believe I'm falling in love once again, so I'm assuming that's what that means. And if she is loving again, if she is falling in love again, then congratulations to her, because nobody wants to be stuck in some tormented state of mind where you're just mourning the loss of someone who's been a part of you for so long. And it's just really important to grieve, but you know, it's important to also move on from that and just to realize that they will always be with you in your heart, and that you just have to move on with your life. And they're gone. There's nothing you can do about them. They might be gone physically, but they're not gone from your soul. I know it's a cliche saying that they'll always be a part of you, but it's true. And I'm glad that she's confessing to us that she's falling in love again and finding love again, and that's why I appreciate this song. So good job. My only little complaint about this song is that it kind of sounds like Imperfections, track number 6. Has that same melody kind of, which kind of threw me off. But other than that, I enjoyed the song. So anyway, let's move on to track number 4, Lie Down. Okay, and that was track number 4, Lie Down. And this was another track that when I heard it for the first time a couple weeks ago, I instantly fell in love with it. It's so meaningful, and I mean, I feel like mostly Dion songs are meaningful, but this one in particular. I will take it lying down. You can't take this from me. And I can't hear you when you speak your poison. Bitter words can't hurt me now. I won't take it lying down. And it's very true. I mean, for myself in particular, I mean, it's amazing what a couple situations or a couple unfortunate circumstances can do to someone. And it only has to take one person or one situation to kind of fuck you over, to kind of make you realize that you're not going to be pushed around, that you won't take shit lying down, that it's going to come to a point where someone is kicking you and pushing you and you fall to the ground and they keep kicking you and kicking you and kicking you, and it's going to come to a point where that person you're kicking, they're going to get the fuck up and they're going to fucking punch you in the face and they're going to kick the shit out of you. And there's only so much that someone's going to take, no matter how weak, no matter how frail they are. There's only so much punching and hitting and kicking that someone's going to take before they just get the fuck up and start beating the shit out of you. And that's what happened to me. That's what happens to so many people, where enough is enough, and there's only so many words that you can spew at me. There's only so many punches you can throw at me before I get the fuck up and punch you in the fucking face and kick your ass. You know, enough is enough. So, I appreciate this song. I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so now let's move on to track number 5, Courage.
I would be lying if I said I'm fine. Staring in the face of something new. Courage, don't you dare fail me now.
And that was track number 5, Courage, the title of the album, and I feel like probably the main theme of this record. Obviously, having the courage to move on, having the courage to stand up and defend yourself, having the courage to love again, having the courage to live and be happy, to smile again, having the courage to just, I don't know, maybe just having the courage to be happy again. And I love this song. My favorite track on the record so far, and when I heard it for the first time, I obviously loved it. A very powerful ballad for anyone. I just love it so much. So now let's move on to track number 6, Imperfections.
I try, give it up now. I got my own imperfections.
And that was track number 6, Imperfections. This is another song when I heard it for the first time I instantly loved. Love the message, I love the melody, I love the beat, I love everything about it. And it's probably one of the more radio-friendly songs on the album. So I think this was chosen as a single. I mean, it should have been. But anyway, obviously, you know what I'm gonna say. Everyone has imperfections. And before you can love someone, or before that person can love you, they have to understand that you have imperfections, you have flaws, and they need to love those before they can love your heart. It's very easy to love someone's heart and to love somebody's personality and their ideals and their mind, their eyes, their body, their clothes, their laugh, their charisma, their hobbies. I feel like it's even harder to love someone's imperfections than their flaws, because the person is already insecure about those things. So if you can love those, then take me now. So now let's move on to track number 7, Change My Mind.
We were gold, we were dust, we were energy. We were more in the light than we'd ever be. All of my sirens wanna take a fire, don't fight it. Change my mind, make me drown when you again. Are you ever gonna change my mind? Are you ever gonna change my mind? Change my name, change the words to my dying day. But I just seem to keep pushing you away. Change my mind, make me drown when you again. Take my time.
That's what I was waiting for.
We were more in the light than we'd ever be.
Yes, Queen! Did I just say that? Yes, I did, because it's Celine fucking Dion. I love it. I mean, her belting in this song, that's what we came for, and I love it. Oh, I want to hear her sing this song live. Oh, it's a very meaningful song as well, but honestly, she sung the hell out of it, so I love it. 2 big thumbs up from me. One of my favorite tracks of the record so far. So, now let's move on to track number 8, Say Yes. I need a drink after that.
You push your love away when it throws you a rope. You always put a cap on your fire. Go off the pain. Say yes. Once more. Let it touch you like it did back then. Say yes.
And that was track number 8, Say Yes. Another great song that I loved. And it's all about saying yes. Yes to that one touch. Saying yes to that one date. To that one desire. Saying yes instead of saying no. Feel like when someone is going through something, they always say no. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. No, stay away from me. No, don't touch me. No, I don't want to talk to you. It's always no, 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 no. You just need to say yes. And you need to say yes to that everlasting touch once more. You need to say yes to that handsome or pretty boy or girl you see across the street who is asking you out on a date. You need to say yes to going out with your friends. You need to say yes to doing something crazy and weird. Just say yes once more instead of no. That's actually very powerful if you think of it. Just saying yes. I mean, how many times in our day-to-day lives do we say no? No, 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 no. Just because we're having a bad day or we went through something very painful, very traumatic, we are always saying no and just feel like crap or we feel miserable. And I imagine it must feel very nice to finally say yes after always saying no. So, anyway, let's move on to track number 9, Nobody's Watching. I honestly, every time I do these videos, I hope no one is watching because they'd be like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm sure a lot of you who have watched my videos in the past, I mean, I've read some of the comments. What the fuck is this? They see my dumbass acting all weird and moving to music and doing weird sign language things with my hands and being all dramatic, and then people comment, what the fuck is this? What is this guy doing? I'm reacting to music in my own weird way. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, let's move on to track number 9, Nobody's Watching, but clearly people are. And that was track number 9, Nobody's Watching. Girl, same. She wants to dance like nobody's watching. She wants to talk like nobody cares. She's want to party like a believer. I want to wear whatever I wear. She wants to do whatever she wants. She's tired of everything being politically correct. She's gonna lay it all out on her hairbrush microphone. I mean, how many times have we done that? Where we grabbed a remote or a hairbrush or a hairspray bottle and we just start singing into it like a microphone. I mean, I've done that multiple times. And it's so true. I just, everybody just wants to do things like nobody's watching, like nobody cares. Everyone wants to dress how they want to dress. Everybody just wants to talk how they want to talk. But so many people are so concerned about what other people will think. And people are always so concerned about how they present themselves in public that they can't do this, or they're going to look weird, or they can't wear that because they're going to look like a freak, and they're not going to look popular, or they're not going to look cool, or I don't know, I mean, I know I was like that when I was a teenager, and in my early to probably mid-20s, I did care what people thought quite a bit. I always, made sure I was presenting the best possible self of myself to the public, and I always made sure I guess what I'm trying to say is I was always very self-conscious about myself. I was always like observant of myself and always conscious of what I was doing in the moment. So if I was doing something as simple as just sitting down, I was making sure that, like, the way other people viewed me, I was making sure that they would view me doing something weird, if that makes sense. I'm sure a lot of people still do that, and what a relief it is just to be able to do what you want and nobody would care. You just dance how you want to dance and sing how you want to sing and just act how you want to act and nobody would care. I mean, if only. So that was track number 9, Nobody's Watching. And now let's move on to track number 10, The Chase.
This is from the heart. Ready to let my guard down, whatever the cost. This is from a girl who still believed that there was someone in the world. Always walking the beat of their own drum. Ain't afraid to take it as it comes. You keep making my heart race till I can't keep up. I've been reveling in the rush of the chase. So stay, 'cause there's something about the chase. I'll stay.
Okay, and that was track number 10, The Chase. I love it. Definitely one of the highlights for me, one of my favorite tracks on the record so far. I mean, I'm digging this record. I love it so much. There hasn't been a single track on here that I've disliked, and obviously there are tracks I like more than others, but as a whole, I've liked every single one. And I like the theme of this record, having the courage for anything, like I said previous, having the courage to stand up, having the courage to face your imperfections, having the courage to, say what you want, having the will to just be yourself. And I feel like this album is also about individuality, just kind of embracing who you are and not really giving a fuck about anyone else and not giving a fuck about what they think of you. And that hoping that whomever you want to associate yourself with, hoping that whomever you want to love, that hoping they can love you for who you are, imperfections and your past, everything you went through, hopefully they can love that about you before they can love your heart. And I love that, having the courage to face all that, and I love it. Anyway, let's move on to track number 11, For the Lover That I Lost. I mean, we're already halfway through. We're on track 11. This is just flying by. Flies by when you're having fun. I mean, this is Celine Dion, her new record. I mean, of course I'm having fun. Who wouldn't be? I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't want to record this video this evening. I got home from work and I was just tired and I had to be up early, and I was like, I have to film this video tonight because if I don't, I won't be able to film it for like 5 days, and I wasn't gonna wait that long. So I was like, okay, I have to film it. I'm so tired. And honestly, now that I've listened to half of it, like, I'm full of energy. I'm so happy I did it. I'm like in a positive mood now. I just want to finish it. I want to listen to the rest of it. Like, I'm so happy I filmed this video today because I'm loving this record so far. So now let's get into track number 11, For the Lover That I Lost.
Think about your lips and the way they kiss. There's so much I really miss about you. All of the memories feel like magic. All of the fighting seems so sweet. So I lay a dozen roses for the lover that I lost. I stand by all my choices, even though I pay the cost. Oh, all those nights, the lows and highs, I share them all with you. Been on my mind every single night. I can't visualize life without you. And you're the last thing that I need. So I need a dozen roses for the lover that I lost. I stand by all my choices, even though I pay the cost. I lay them there, I lay them there for you. I lay them there for you.
And that was track number 11, For the Lover That I Lost. It's very straightforward, and the lyrics are just, they're pretty blatant. I mean, she's laid a dozen roses for the lover that she lost. I mean, I don't need to explain to you what she's alluding to, and, yeah, it's a very painful song. It's a very tragic and sad song. All of the memories feel like magic. All of the fighting seems so sweet. All that we were, my love, is tragic, and you're the last thing that I need. Even saying those words and saying those lyrics is painful. Okay. So now let's move on to track number 12, Baby.
I don't wanna wait too long, so what do I do?
And that was track number 12, a Baby. And she is calling out for her baby. She's calling out to someone in particular. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, come to me, come to me. Cry is the only thing that gets me through besides calling for you. She's obviously crying out for someone. She's crying out for her baby. Because cry is the only thing that gets me through besides calling for you. I enjoyed that song, but again, it's hard to enjoy a song like this when you're reading the lyrics and you know the meaning behind the lyrics. So now let's move on to track number 13, I Will Be Stronger.
It's not the end.
And that was track number 13, I Will Be Stronger. It's not the end. Sometimes love must die to be born again. So, keeping in the theme of courage, she is saying that she will be stronger and that she's got forgiveness and she's feeling different and asked to be set free, but in my hour of weakness I found sweetness. She didn't ask for, I'm just gonna say, she didn't ask for her husband to die. She didn't ask to be set free for him. But she will be stronger. She's gonna have the courage to take that step forward, and it's not the end. And she will not be weak, and she'll move forward with whomever she chooses to, and yeah. That's that. Anyway. Beautiful song, track number 13, I Will Be Stronger. So now let's move on to track number 14, How Did You Get Here? And that was track number 14, How Did You Get Here? How did you scale the walls to my heart? How did you know where to start? How did you get here? I was looking for love. I was uncomfortable. How did you get here? Shook all her confidence. How did you get here? How did you scale the walls to my heart? So she is very surprised that this person was able to reach her heart and find her and to shake her confidence, and she's very stumped as to how this person did that. How did you get here? How did you get to my heart? How did you reach my heart? How did you do this? So it's another great song. I enjoyed it. Just got me got me moving. I liked it. So now let's move on to track number 15, Look at Us Now.
Hard to look at pictures on the wall. Hard to pick the phone up when you call. Fools, we got it wrong. Thinking that we lead on love, but look at us now. Love is scaring me to say it out loud. Oh, look at us now. Two broken hearts on the ground. Backing out the driveway feels like this goodbye could be for real. Once upon a time. Look at us now. Two broken hearts on the ground. And you can't even look at me now. Who would have known the future wasn't for us? Two broken hearts on the ground.
And that was track number 15, Look at Us Now. You know, this is a bit of a bop, I will say. I liked it. Oh baby, look at us now. Two broken hearts on the ground. So though it's still, a sad song in some ways, it's still a bop. I don't care. So I enjoyed it. 2 thumbs up. So now let's move on to track number 16, Perfect Goodbye.
45 steps in direction. Just take my hand. Don't ask no questions. Good night, baby. Kiss me now, don't make me sad. The stars in the sky. This is the perfect goodbye.
And that was track number 16, Perfect Goodbye. Oh, this is such a beautiful song. I loved the melody of the song. It's so precious. I liked it. So pretty, so beautiful. 2 thumbs up. So now we are concluding the regular edition of Courage, and we are now moving on to the deluxe edition, the tracks that weren't included on the regular edition of the album. So starting with track number 17, Best of All.
Sun going down. I've been blown by the wind. To the worst of madness. No, it's the best of all. Nobody's ever fallen when I fall.
Yeah, I can kind of see why this was put on the deluxe edition. Okay. I don't want to say this about a Celine Dion song, especially a song on an album so brave and so personal to her, but I don't care for this song. I feel like it's the weakest song on the record so far. I just didn't find it interesting. I'm so sorry. I don't really have anything to say about it. And the unfortunate thing is that I feel like there is some personal meaning to it, obviously. I mean, it's a song. I feel there's always going to be some kind of emotional connection to a song by an artist, but I did care for this song. I'm so sorry. Anyway, you can tell I'm Canadian because I'm saying sorry all the time. Let's move on to track number 18, Heart of Glass. And that was track number 18, Heart of Glass. You know what? This is kind of a bop. I enjoyed it. There's just something about this song I really liked. Can't really put my finger on it. So you know what? Yeah. It's a bop. I'll give it 2 thumbs up. I enjoyed it. Heart of Glass. It's pretty self-explanatory. I was living in a heart of glass up until now, so I don't really need to explain that. Anyway, I'm sorry. My headphones are like digging into my hat, and my hat's so uncomfortable right now. Oh, it's like painful almost. I'm so sorry. Oh, 2 more songs. Okay. Let's move on to track number 19, Boundaries.
We are the ones that walk the fire. We're so falling in love. Can't let the world down, no. Can't let the world down, no. There's no
And that was track number 19, Boundaries. I feel like this is classic Celine. I've never listened to a full Celine Dion record before, but I just get classic Celine vibes from this song. And I enjoyed it. You know, this is a really great song. So 2 thumbs up. Track number 19, Boundaries. I liked it. So now let's move on to the final track on the record, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it. 19 tracks, now 20 tracks. Wow. Did we ever think we would make it here? So now let's get into it. Track number 20, The Hard Way.
I've been touching fires for the sake of feeling just a little to come alive in the right way, the hard way.
Okay, and that was the final track on the record, The Hard Way, and I'm a little shook right now just because I feel like this song in particular should have been included on the regular edition, not the deluxe. I feel like songs that are considered deluxe on the deluxe edition, I always see them as, you know, the leftovers, songs that weren't quite good enough to be on the regular edition, but they were just good enough to be included on the deluxe. And I don't know, I feel like this was a great song. I love the gospel choir. I felt like it should have been on the regular edition of this album. And now that I've listened to the whole album in full, all 20 tracks, Courage by Celine Dion, I'm just gonna say it. It was a solid record, and I know the feelings and the meanings behind this record, what she's gone through, the courage she had to demonstrate to kind of pull herself through. I can appreciate that. And there were some seriously good songs on this record, I will say, but a lot of these songs I feel like I wouldn't really go back to. I mean, if they were to play, if I were to play them on my shuffle and it would just randomly pop up, I would listen to it. They're pleasant, nice, meaningful songs, but they're not songs I would continuously listen to. One time is enough, I feel like. And I find some of them aren't very memorable. I mean, I do have some of them stuck in my head. I mean, there are obviously tracks I will go back to, and I have my favorites. But I think the issue with this album is it was just too long. I feel like 20 tracks for a deluxe edition is just way too much. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. It's still a solid record, but eventually I will be going on my Celine Dion journey where I will be listening to her whole discography for the very first time. So I'll see how this compares to her other records. And I'm excited for that. So, what are your thoughts on the record? What are your highlights? What are your favorite tracks on here? What's your favorite Celine Dion song and album ever? Have you ever seen her live before? She's actually coming to my city next year. In the winter, I believe. The beginning of next year. I don't have tickets yet. I kind of want to buy tickets to see her. I mean, I missed out on Elton John. Elton John was in my city for 2 nights. 2 nights he was in my city, and I didn't buy a single ticket to see his show. I'm so disappointed in myself because this was like the farewell tour, because he's going to retire, he's going to spend more time with his family, and he's kind of old, so like he might not go on tour again. I feel like this might have been the last time I could have saw him, and I feel like Celine still has a few more albums left in her, but you know, I just don't want to miss that opportunity to see her live, you know? I feel like it would be an amazing experience. So if you had seen her live before, let me know what was that like. So, yeah, that's my first listen of Courage by Celine Dion. Thank you for watching, guys. I had fun. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, you can message me, you can tell me what artists I should check out, you can find me on Apple Music, you can check out my playlist, all the albums and music I'm listening to right now. Okay, it's been a long 2 hours. I'm exactly at 1 hour and 59 minutes on this video. I have a lot of editing to do. Okay, bye guys. I will see you next time. Take care.